So you guys invested in learning the coin roll. I'm happy you did. This has gotten me a lot of mileage. So here's how it works. There are some secrets besides what it just looks like. The coin is not flipped over on each finger. Instead, the finger that follows it pulls down on the coin. That's what flips the coin over. It's a downward pull. And when it reaches the pinky, your pinky reaches way up on the coin and pulls it under your hand. Your thumb catches it, and it goes back up. That's repeated over and over again. So remember, it's a downward thrust on top of it. Pinky grabs deep on the coin, pulls it down, and it goes back around on your thumb. Now when you're resting on your thumb, it's not resting flat on this part of your thumb. It's resting against the side. The reason it's doing that is it's much easier to prop it up onto your finger from there. Then you start those downward pulls, pinky grabs low, and it goes back around. Now there's some keys to doing this. It helps if you move your hand around the coin. Now, provided the coin's moving, but if you move your hand around the coin while it's moving, it's much easier to do. I know that sounds bizarre, but that's really the case. Some other ideas for practicing this. Grab a metronome. That's the little thing that goes like this and ticks. If you're going for speed, the idea behind it is you want to slowly speed up that metronome so that every time it clicks, your coin is hitting the side of your fingers. So that'd be click, click, click. This is going to increase your speed. Every time you do it, you increase it one notch on the metronome and you start moving much, much faster. If you want, you can compete against me in this. I did 37 in a minute. I've been beaten, sadly. Guinness has recognized my defeat by some guy at the Magic Castle. Another thing you can do, instead of using your thumb to bring it underneath your hand, to bring it back to that first finger, is you can have it reach the end of your fingers. When it reaches your pinky, you don't grab it deep. You leave it flipping over your pinky like that. Then you flip it back the direction it came. Back over your fingers the same way. When picking a coin for the coin roll, size matters. If you get too small of a coin, it won't cover your finger. It'll only cover a little bit, and you'll have to kick the coin over to reach your next finger. If you get too large of a coin, it won't fit on your hand at all. I use a silver dollar because it takes up enough space, and it's very comfortable for me. A lot of people use half dollars. If you're starting, if you've got small hands, you might try a quarter, but it's probably a little small. I'd recommend a half dollar or a silver dollar. Half dollar seems to be the norm. I prefer silver dollar. Whatever you practice with, stick with it. Changing weight, changing size, even changing the different ridges on the side, that drastically changes the way this is going to work for your hands. Every time you do it, you're conditioning your muscles. And if you change any of the elements, it changes the way you can perform. So, get a metronome, practice with hitting it on the beat every time you go around. Move your hand around the coin instead of having the coin move around your hand. And remember, you're pulling down on the coin. You're not pushing the coin up with your fingers. You're pulling down with the following finger. You can also do multiple coins. It takes a lot of work to do multiple coins. You might see Jeff McBride, he does 4. It can be done. It's going to take a lot of time and practice. But that is the coin roll. So why don't you just go and grab a coin and start rolling the coin? It's a party, yo. Get your friends involved. They'll go, oh my gosh, he's a master of sleight of hand. Or he has very bad time management skills and sits at home by himself a lot. Try it. You'll love it.